Alright, let's cut the bullshit, get straight to the build, not waste your time here. This patch on our StamBlade, we are a Dark Elf. We are running this for the increased pools it gives us, a lot of magic, a lot of stamina. I absolutely love this passive. We are running Vampire this patch on it, so Resist Flame kind of negates what we're losing on Vampire here. Lastly, weapon and spell damage. This also lets you change your build up as you want to. You can never have enough stam on a Magicka build. Really can never have enough magic on a stam build. I think this class pairs perfectly with what you like to do on a Nightblade. Keep our shade down forever. Stay invisible for as long as we need to. Help us get out of situations. I do think Dark Elf is the best on a StamBlade in this current meta on this patch. Into the gear sets here, we are running New Moon on the front bar dual wield. I know you're asking why dual wield. Two hands sucks. No one wants to dizzying swing executioner anymore. It's so boring. It's so refreshing running dual wield. It's honestly great. Spin to win was a ton of fun. I'm having a lot of fun bringing it back here. We are running 1 weapon damage enchant Nirnhound and 1 shock damage sharpened here. You guys probably noticed I'm running the Nirnhound one on my main hand. I'm not sure why it's calculating my weapon damage backwards. I actually get more weapon damage this way for some reason. Back bar, we are going with Potentates. If you're running New Moon, always go Potentates on the back bar, really. We are doing a powered greatsword just for bigger heal ticks on our rally and our vigor. Not telling you guys nothing you don't know. As for monster set, we're going Blood Spawn. Probably could have guessed it when you clicked StamBlade or any stam build, or nearly any build in the game, even for that matter. Awesome monster set. Ton of resistances, ton of ultimate gen. Our ultimate's already cheap. Stam recovery is just a little bonus. We are running 2 medium for this. We do have the heavy New Moon Cuirass. Just getting our Undaunted passives here. Also doing light for waste. Get as many max stat pools as we can here. If you do not have the Undaunted passives, this absolutely can be heavy chest, heavy legs, or heavy chest, heavy helmet, whichever way you can do it, just to get the little bit longer of a major resolve buff and a little bit more max health out of our heavy tree here. As for our second set, you can see here we are running Bone Pirate. On the jewelry, we are doing all weapon damage, all infused, just help us push out these crazy damage numbers. I love Bone Pirate for this because we can afford to do all weapon damage, all infused, because of just the absolute density it gives us in the stat pool. Ton of recovery, ton of max stat. This set is the best. I know it is old, I know it's been in the game forever. It's almost like using Julianos on a magic build. It's been in the game for so long. But it is still one of the best sets in the game, and it absolutely can help you if you're having any sort of sustain problems. Plug and play Bone Pirate, it never disappoints. Get into our character sheet here. We do have 19k Magicka, 19k maximum health, and 34k max stam. Again, absolutely awesome max resource pools. 19k Magicka on a StamBlade is perfect. Lets me keep my shade down a lot. Lets me make sure I'm able to stay invisible as long as I need to get out of sticky situations, get rallies off, rebuff, regain, get into a better position. Love the max stat pools. I wouldn't really change these around for this build in particular. You could maybe do a little less max stam if you wanted to go with maybe some more Magicka glyphs. If you're into that kind of playstyle, if you're running something like Aspect of Terror for the Fear or something like that, you could absolutely go more Magicka. I just personally, I wouldn't change any of these. For recovery, modest 650 recovery, nothing crazy, but the max stat pool really helps us feel like we always do have Magicka. As for stamina, 1809. When you do buff up with rally, you're looking at 924. With the potion, you're looking at 2150, way more than you need on a StamBlade. You're never really going to be in these long, drawn-out fights. If you don't kill them with burst, most of the time you're disengaging with stealth, re-engaging in a few seconds, regain. 4700 weapon damage, that's just with our rally buff. That is not including any of our stealth attack bonuses, not including our weapon enchant. That does get to around 5200 with those bonuses, and 54% weapon crit. Again, once we do crit the first time, we get the Nightblade passives. That does put that at 60% crit. We are critting so much on this build. Absolutely insane. We don't need anything like Spriggan or anything like that, because we just crit so often. That kind of offsets the lack of penetration, I'll say, on this build, as to where, the other builds you see with Titanborn or something like a Spriggan's. You can absolutely bridge that gap with CP. As you can see, I am not max CP. I'm just under 600. This build still dominates in CP. As for our skills here, on our front bar, we are running Shadowy Disguise. This build, if you're used to playing a Nightblade, you could run this on a back bar. I'm still kind of getting used to weaving in Cloak a lot for that guaranteed crit on a lot of things, guaranteed stun on a lot of things. So keeping this on the front bar for me right now, you could definitely replace it with something like maybe Piercing Mark, maybe your Rally if you want to go front bar two-hand instead. Something like that makes sense. We're running Camo Hunter on our second ability. This synergizes perfect on a Nightblade. Give you your 10% crit and your minor berserk. You can always hit them from behind. Pause, maybe, I don't know. You get your stealth. You can always hit from behind. It's never going to be not weird saying that. Just hit it from the back. Shadowy Disguise, hit them from the back. Get your damage bonus. Nice and easy there. Relentless Focus, huge burst, 19k unbuffed. When we do get fully buffed, like I will show you here soon, this is a 22k tooltip on top of our 60k crit. This is reliably a 20k plus hit. Very reliably. Rolling Blades, very self-explanatory, just a good execute here. 8k damage unbuffed again, closer to 9k once we do get buffed up. Awesome skill, maybe not as good as Executioner. Cancels very well though. I don't know, Executioner in this current patch on console does feel a little clunky to animation cancel. Whirling Blades can animation cancel beautifully. Surprise Attack, 10.5. Huge tooltip on this. This is going to be your main spammable. This is almost like using Dizzying Swing without a cast time, and it reduces their armor. I absolutely love this ability. Wish you could use this on every stand build. In cap, no surprise here. This has been the best Nightblade ult for as long as I can even remember. 16.6k tooltip on this. Again, we're getting over 18k on this. Once we do buff up, well slotted, you do get a little bit of magic on stamina when you deal damage with a light and heavy attack. This really only helps us when you do put Piercing Mark on them. So it does give us a little recovery, things like that. Back bar Soul Tether you could run. Werewolf ult here for the increased stam regen if you feel like you need it. You could run the Sigil ult here for the decreased damage taken if you feel like you need it. I like Soul Tether personally because this can get you out of a sticky situation in 1vx, and it does with the passive here give us a little bit more max or a little more burst healing on our Rally, Final Tick, and on our Vigor. Already have massive tooltips on these. These only go up here though. Next, Vigor. You already seen it. Staple of any stand build. Self-explanatory. Huge heal. Keep this up all the time. Save your life. We are running Shadow Image. This is your flex spot to me. You could do Fear here if you feel like you want that extra stun. I just don't feel like I need it. I feel like Shadow Image saves me from dying more than the Fear helps me or secures me a kill, I'll say. Leeching Strikes, just giving us some health back, giving us some resource back when it ends. Last 20 seconds, 4,200, sorry. That's an extra 200 stam recovery, basically. Always helps. Rally, just giving us our damage buff, giving us our final tick heal, giving us stam recovery. Again, one of the best abilities in the game. I almost wish I didn't need two-hand for this, because if I could still have Rally and run a bow, I think this build would be absolutely perfect. That's it for skills here. We can get into buffed skills a lot. I really think that's it. All impen obviously on the body. Maybe that'll change with the upcoming changes. But as of right now, I think this is the best Nightblade setup and the easiest to play. You could make a tweak here or there, maybe get a little less max stam, but I think this build is easy to play and fun to play. You don't have to be a Sweatlord 24/7. This build absolutely doubles well in no CP. I would take off a weapon damage enchant for robust and recovery. If you do play no CP, build would still be great. You could also replace New Moon with Spriggans and still be absolutely rocking it in no CP. Have a ton of just buff up. Let me hit an ability real quick. Looking at 8750, 11.5. 18.2 here. Our weapon buff did run out there. That is a little bit higher on that. 21,000 tooltip on the spectral bow. Again, we'll hit that. We'll go invisible and we'll go down to here. 24k tooltip on this disease damage and heals you for 33%. This is honestly a panic heal, an execute, you know, burst damage. This move is everything in one. This has to be on your bars. I see a lot of people on Nightblade say, hey, I don't really brawl like that. I don't really hit light attacks. I don't really hit heavy attacks. You're going to need to start doing it. If you're not running this, you are at a severe disadvantage to any other Nightblade build in the game, really. On light armor, this, I mean, I've hit 15Ks on this in PvP before. This move can almost kill a person by itself, putting them into execute range for you. Absolutely love this ability. Make sure this is up. Make sure you are utilizing this damage bonus. Absolutely could run Killer's Blade for a ranged execute. You would have to get rid of Whirling Blade, so I don't recommend it, but you absolutely can here, and this would give you a little bit more crit damage. Last up, what else can we go over here? Passives. Take every passive you can get, all of the medium armor ones, all of the heavy armor ones that we can utilize. Ledgerman, this is good on Nightblades. I see a lot of people miss. Reduces the cost of sneak. I know you're like, hey, I don't really lose stamina, I'm sneaking already. Every point adds up. Utilize it while you got it. We are a vampire this patch. Just for the magic of recovery, stamina recovery, we're lacking a little bit. Still more than I think we need. Helps us reduce movement penalty while crouched. Huge on a Nightblade. We're invisible a lot. This movement speed gives us so much utilization on that. Fighter's Guild, only passive we need is the weapon damage. 3% there, very easy. Again, the Undaunted passives, utilize this if you can. If you can't, 5 medium, 2 heavy, best way to go about it. I wouldn't change that up at all. Lastly, don't forget your alchemy. Potions last 30% longer. This is huge. This lets you have closer to 100% uptime on potion. Absolutely massive on that front. I could show you guys quick what some burst would look like on this build. You get everything set down if you want to. Really, you don't need these all of the time. Stay buffed, heavy attack, into your surprise attack, into your in cap, into that, into bash. Sorry, I shouldn't say into that. For some newer players here, we'll go over this one more time. Again, heavy attack, into surprise attack. Normally into your ult, I don't have it right now. After the ult, you can weave light attack into whirling blades, into bash. Allows you to hit so many abilities at one time. Most people are going to die from this. Have my ult again. I'll show you one more time without saying the wrong things here. Debuff, get invis, get behind him. Heavy attack, into surprise attack, into your ultimate, into light attack, whirling blades, bash. That's the slow version for you guys. Let me build some ultimate back up here. Gonna debuff him here. Definitely get behind him again. Heavy attack, surprise attack, in cap, light attack, whirlwind into a bash. Ton of damage. I mean, it's just pumping out damage so fast. It's absolutely ridiculous. We can even wait to see what we got on DPS for the Bone Goliath. 21k damage in 3.5 seconds. In PvP, obviously, those numbers will be a little bit different. I also did it slow. I also didn't follow up at all. And the part I like about running dual wield is you can absolutely take this build into PvE. I know all the PvE people out there right now are mad at me. They're like, no, you can't. Well, we don't want you in our trials, things like that with this build. I'm not talking about trials. You can absolutely take this into your random dungeon without feeling like you're not contributing anything to the team. I think this is an awesome build. Again, absolutely massive max stat. A ton of weapon damage, a ton of utilization on both bars. Massive healing, massive crit. When we go into stealth, we get our major resolve buff. We're sitting at 17k resist. When blood spawn procs, we're sitting at almost 24,000 resist on a Nightblade. We're tanky. We have the healing we need. We crit a million times over. We have a ton of weapon damage, a ton of resource pool. Sitting at about 2,000 recovery when we do use our potion, 2,100 actually. This might be the best Nightblade build. I promise you guys I did my due diligence, testing stuff out. You can just look at my inventory. I tried Hunting's Rage. I tried Twiceborn Star with different Munduses, all Divines. I even tried different types of Twiceborn Star. I tried different Bone Pirate setups with New Moon on the body, seeing if I could make it work that way. Tried Spriggans. We really went through it. I tried Dragon Guard. This is a very underrated set. If you guys do want to see a Nightblade build with this one, a Brawler Blade more like it, a no cloak build, I could absolutely do one of those. I had a ton of fun playing my last one. Let me know if that's something you would like to see. And I almost did forget, guys. We are running the Serpent Mundus. You could absolutely change the Serpent to something like the Tower or the Warrior. Max stat, a little more damage, things like that. I think the Serpent offers us way too much in terms of roll dodging and recovery, and just really everything on our build is utilizing the stamina. So I said that's a necessary, hit to weapon damage we're willing to take here. But really, I think that's it for you guys. If you have any recommendations, anything like that, again, I do have a Sorcerer build, an awesome Dragon Knight build, and a Brawler Nightblade build that I could absolutely let you guys see. Brawler Nightblade, ton of HP, ton of health utilization, and surprisingly crazy burst. If you guys do want to see that, let me know. Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.